Conversations Unleashed family, how are you doing today? Happy Wednesday. I want to sincerely apologize because I know that I am supposed to get you an episode on Mondays, but I want to thank all of you for your context messages and stuff. As you know, if I'm not posting, I am having a lot going on, right? So we've been kicking it up at the school. You know, my priority is these incredible children here at the Ron Clark Academy, and also running my business, trying to help and be a philanthropist for others in this dire times in the economy. But I want to thank you for being here. This podcast was built out of encouragement, spreading light to people, different perspectives and things like that. And I have something new for you today because it's been a week or so. And I think I have a really good grasp on what I want to talk about today. What I will say on this Wednesday morning is this, and if you're my YouTube family, you can catch it on YouTube. For my Apple and podcast people, I love when y'all share it on social media. Parks, Drake, and Brendan, and so many of you. I really do thank you for that. Lately, I hope all of you are doing okay, because I know for me personally, I have felt like detached, right? With social media. It is a weird space because what I'm learning is it incentivizes rage and flexing. People post things to get you fired up in the comments, and then people are posting things to show their lavish lifestyles, and both of them are contrary to my nature. If you think about it, it is rare for positive things to actually spread as they should. Nowadays, negativity spreads and people don't even ask to verify if it's true or not. So that rubs my spirit the wrong way. That turns me off the wrong way. That's why you haven't seen me really broadcast my podcast, and I probably won't. I'll just keep posting for you, all of you, the 500 of you that listen every week. So just tune in, and I appreciate you. So let's get into today's episode, because you know me, I like bringing you the real. I like documenting on this podcast. And 2025 has been a year for me. So I want to give you an episode that I'm even saying to myself this morning. All right, let's go. Today's episode is called Keep Showing Up Anyway. Keep showing up anyway. It is Wednesday, October the 8th, and I actually woke up at 1:49 this morning and could not go to sleep. It's been happening to me for the past 2-3 months or so. I don't know if it's the travel. I don't know if it's the workload. I don't know, everyone. I don't know if it's being an empath and seeing what everybody else is going through, but it's just been my pattern, so I'm trying to fix it. And a lot of changes, loss, transition. That's what 2025 has been for me. And as I have conversations with a lot of you, right, I'm learning 2025 has been a fascinating year for you. And I'm saying this to you because I like listening to Tyler Perry talk about his issues, because if a billionaire has an issue, then I don't feel too crazy about having some. And I try to tell everyone, of course, with discretion, some of the things I fight through, because I'm going to win. But I want to give you the process in that journey. And with the topic of keep showing up anyway, I want to share a personal story with you. So this is true. All right, let's rock and roll. Brace yourself. Get your water, get your coffee. If you're on YouTube, turn me up a little bit, zoom in. Come on, I got a nice little blazer for you. If you're in the car, set the audio just right. I have made it no secret that there was a dark point in my life in 2015 where I was navigating the marriage I just left. I make it no secret that I went into a 1-bedroom apartment that was $425 per month. White cabinets, no washer and dryer. Cherry Court Apartments in Greenville, North Carolina, 102P. That's the actual address. You can Google it. 102P Cherry Court Lane. And the Ellen moment was so powerful for me because I was in a dark space and wanted something different for my life. And at 25 years old, I felt so defeated. And that time was so dark. It felt so tumultuous. Rest in peace to my grandfather, my grandmother who taught me through the divorce, and my parents and family who wrapped their arms around me. And when I made that video for those babies, I didn't plan for it to do what it did. So what happened was, I won the Teacher of the Year for South Greenville Elementary in 20 16, going into 2017. And when you win the Teacher of the Year for your school in Pitt County Schools, you can verify it if you want to, you have to write a one-page paper on what I had to, was the significance of why you think you should win Teacher of the Year for the district. What significant impact did you make at your school? Now, it's 2025, but I want to lay out the statistics during that time for me. It was 98% African American, 100% free and reduced lunch, smallest library in Pitt County Schools. Great support. Dr. Linker is an incredible man to me. Dr. Laster, who's the superintendent now, I think he's incredible as well. But if you look at education and you look at funding, it's only so much leadership can do sometimes. So during that time, I wrote my letter, right? And I didn't know I was going on Ellen just yet. Or maybe it did just happen. And the results came back and I was excited because I'm like, oh snap, I may have this in the bag, right? Like SGE was sort of the forgotten space at that point in time. It was tough. We had so much turnover and stuff happening there. And y'all, the results came back and I did not win the Teacher of the Year for the school. Now, this is where it gets interesting at. I had a friend, a colleague, a coworker who told me what was some of the train of thought in not me winning Teacher of the Year. And some people that were voting felt that I already had enough recognition in with the Ellen thing that would have been just a little too much, right? And y'all, I felt so down after that because I worked my butt off along with me and everyone else at that school, from Tara Farrow to Miss Roman to everybody, the whole cafeteria staff, but being denied because someone felt, it hit me hard. And one of the things I want to let you know, the reason why I call this episode Keep Showing Up Anyway, is because in those rough seasons, that's all you can do is just keep showing up, right? And I'm learning it's important to keep showing up because what you're doing is you're establishing an internal system within yourself that you're going to be consistent regardless of the raw data, right? The last week's episode, if you haven't listened to it, I think it was incredible. I got a lot of great text from it and posts on it about social media, but we talked about getting raw data and how you can change the narrative or you can tell yourself a story. I want you to understand the power of continually showing up. I want you to hear me and understand that once you understand to keep showing up anyway, you won't lean on the things that throw everybody off, right? So say, for example, if I would have allowed that moment to destroy me and just stop showing up, to stop learning how to speak publicly, I wouldn't be here 7 years later, right? And the funny thing is that denial, if I'm honest, worked out into my favor, because if I would have wanted Teacher of the Year for the district, and let's say I would have wanted for the state, I would have been pulled from the classroom and I would have had to go around giving speeches to different people. Instead, God had a different plan. That denial actually worked out in my favor because later on I signed with Premier Speakers, who is a professional bureau with public speakers and keynoters. And I've been able to speak, for a living and give hope to people and fund schools and help with different projects, which makes my heart so happy. So the thing that I was denied for actually turned out to be better for me. The no actually eventually became a yes. But that no doesn't feel good. Nah, it doesn't feel good. But the reason why I want to tell you, and I'm talking to myself right now, the reason why we have to keep showing up is because if we lean on someone's applause or the feelings and the motivations of others, we will never move forward. Okay, let me give you a good example. The current administration cut $6 billion last year in funding towards public education. That has affected the place that I work. That has affected teachers I serve. That's affected my business. I can go online all day and write rants about both sides of the political side of the argument or the political parties and how they don't fund education. That's not going to do anything. I'm going to still have to keep showing up even if I take that course of action or not. But I've learned in the power of showing up, it makes you stronger, right? Because I wrote this down. When you learn how to keep showing up anyway, the applause will not move you. Because imagine if I only show up or I only keep speaking if someone gives me a standing ovation, or I only keep teaching only if a kid says I'm their favorite teacher. It's unrealistic, right? So I want you to keep showing up, whether they applaud you or not, whether they recognize you or not, whether the ties are in your favor or not, whether the market changes, stock market stuff or not, whether the kids act different, the parents act different, your colleagues act different, your coworkers act different, your partner acts different. Show up anyway for yourself. And y'all, it's so important because I think showing up for yourself is a form of self-love, self-care, right? Like here's a true story. We every year we have thousands of teachers come to the school, and every teacher here has something going on outside of the school because every teacher here is incredible, and staff members as well. But what I'm learning is if you just keep showing up anyway, it makes you that much stronger. That way you don't really get deterred by what's happening. And I want to encourage you to do that. And I've been watching 2025. 2025 has been unique to me because as I look at the landscape, some people are having great moments, but overall, as far as the economy, jobs, and the issues I'm seeing my friends and even I struggle with, I have battles and stuff as well. It's like it's not stopping. It's like it's a constant punch. It's a constant annoyance. And it lets me know that life and God is trying to cultivate something in us. Do I know the answer? Y'all know. But what I am saying to you as a friend, as an encourager, right? Let's just keep showing up anyway. Show up when you're tired. I am tired right now, but I'm gonna keep showing up anyway. And when I think about it from a full perspective, and I look at my personal life, I'm glad I didn't let that person's the people decisions to deter me. I'm glad I did not let I have so many stories for y'all. I'm glad I did not let the one former teacher of the year at that county tell me that the reason why Ellen picked me up is the only reason why Ellen picked me up because I'm a black man working with black children. I'm glad I did not let that deter me. I'm glad I did not let things deter me when people switched their word or lied on my name. I'm glad I did not allow the snowstorm before the first Ellen show to deter me. I'm glad I didn't let the backstabbing deter me. I'm glad I didn't let the betrayal deter me. I'm glad I did not let the business learning curves, being the first in your family to have a business and switching business structures and understanding balance sheets and distributions and understanding SEPs and 401ks and capital gains. And I'm glad I did not allow that to deter me. I'm glad I did not allow when a person told me, well, you can't just speak for a living. I'm glad I did not allow that to deter me. I'm glad I did not allow one of the former financial advisors from Pitt County to tell me, hey, you're a big fish in a small pond here. Why would you go to Atlanta and become a smaller fish in a bigger pond? I am so glad that I kept showing up anyway. Me kept showing up, keep showing up anyway, or kept showing up anyway, is why you send this video here. This is a video of love. This is a video of encouragement. This is a video to anybody out there that is fighting for your mental sanity, for your emotional sanity, for your physical sanity. I want to let you know that you're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. Just don't give up. The scariest thing in my life that I've ever think about is if I would have just given up and just quit anything, speaking, teaching here at the Ron Clark Academy, running my business, giving to people. I don't know what my world would look like. And that's a fascinating thought to think about. Please keep showing up anyway. There was a sermon that came on 2 weeks ago, and y'all, if you know me, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna give the credit where it's due, because my life is not a display of me. So all my listeners, listen to me. The reason why I lean on faith, I could not have designed my life how it is. My mom is 5'4". My dad is 5'10". How am I 6'4"? There's no one in my family tall, not of my grandparents, my great grandparents, my aunts or uncles. So my life has been tailored, and I know it's by the grace of God. So I listen to sermons to give me fuel. That's how I'm able to encourage you, right? Darius Daniels was talking about in one sermon that a lot of attacks and things happen to change and shift your heart, to shift your posture, especially when you have like a good intentions. Like when you're not perfect, but you're trying to do good by people. And y'all, I know that's been me this year. The death of my grandfather, to the losing of friends, the loss of friends, to the dating is people finding reasons not to make things work. I recognize that it's about your heart being under attack. Because think about it. You've seen movies before when that superhero turns evil. it get real crazy, right? This is just a podcast of love, an episode of love to keep showing up anyway. And I'm right here with you. And maybe you may be on the other side and be like, Mr. Bonner, but my life is good right now. I'm in this season. Look, I'm glad, but here's two perspectives I want you to take from it. There may be somebody around you that may be fighting through. Go give them some love. Give them some joy. Step outside of social media. Go touch some real grass, I heard someone say. Because social media will make you think everything is good. And I know for a fact social media is cap sometimes. Cap is the urban vernacular for it's a liar. But also, not only should you encourage other people, life can happen to you in the next 5 seconds or 10 minutes. That's why anybody that's arrogant, I'm always looking at you with a side eye, because you have no intellectual capacity of understanding how fragile life is, that anything can happen. So my advice to you today on this episode, on Conversations Unleashed, one of the best episodes in the world that would give you love and encouragement, baby, friend, brother, sister, family, keep showing up anyway. Spread love to the people around you to the best of your capacity. And be grateful for life, because it's such a fragile thing. Every second that's passing is a blessing. And I want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to allow me to speak into your life. I hope and pray that 2025 is laying the foundation for that 2026 would be better for all of us. I hope and pray anything that you're struggling with, whether it's mentally, emotionally, I hope that it goes away. And if it doesn't go away, I hope you learn the lesson that will make you better and get you ready to elevate to the next level. I hope and pray if you don't have a job right now, if you're struggling financially right now, that something beautiful will happen soon where you will be blessed and that is no longer a worry. If you have family members that are sick, if you are sick, I hope that you're healed. If you are annoyed and feel lonely, and I felt those feelings before, I hope you have a community that comes around you and love you for who you are, whether you are at the top or at the bottom. I'm going to keep believing, y'all, that 2025 is just prepping us for a beautiful 2026. I did an episode not too long ago talking about patterns, catch the patterns. And I know for me, every 10 years, there's something weird, whether it's a battle year, and that 2015, 2025 year has been a battle year for me. But that following year, baby, it gets good. If this episode has helped you and give you a fresh perspective, let me know. Send me a DM, shoot me a text, share it on social media, share it with somebody that may need it. And no, it doesn't matter how many followers you have, how many partners you've worked with in corporate America, how many speeches you've given, how many people you have influenced, how much money you may have, how many awards you may have, how many TV shows you may have been on. We all are fighting through something. So let's show love to each other. Let's be aware and grateful for the grace of and this blessing of life that we have. But more importantly, let's keep showing up anyway. Thank y'all so much for supporting me, and I hope you do well. And remember, I forgot to say it last time, but I'm not forgetting this time. It's legacy over likes. Always. Take care. Peace.